Hi, my name's Libby and this is Ridge, and we are at my home in Phoenix, Arizona. Just like you guys, we have been stuck at home doing a whole lot of homework and playing outside and quite a bit of baking too. So I wanted to show you guys a recipe that you can do in your homes that's very, very easy. It's called Never Fail Biscuits. It really only takes 2 ingredients. Those 2 ingredients happen to be King Arthur flour, self-rising flour, and cream. Now, I know flour is almost impossible to find right now. I'm having trouble finding it here on my shelves in Arizona. I know you're experiencing that all over the country as well. So I want you to know that this product, while you can buy it online, you don't need to buy this. You can actually make your own self-rising flour, which Ridge and I are also going to show you today. So it's very, very easy to make your own self-rising flour. All it takes is all-purpose flour, baking powder, and a little bit of salt. So Mr. Ridge is gonna help me out and we're gonna get started. So first thing you're gonna need is to make sure that you've washed your hands, pulled back your hair. Ridge's hair isn't long enough to pull back, but I have mine kind of pinned back at least, just so that it's not gonna be falling in your face. We've also washed our hands and we've sanitized our kitchen because we are gonna be using our kitchen counters as well. So make sure you're wiping everything down. You're also going to want to get out all of your equipment. I have a lot of equipment out here in front of me, and mostly that's because we're making 2 different recipes. We're doing our self-rising flour and then our biscuits. So first, for the self-rising flour, we're going to need a 1-cup measuring cup and a set of measuring spoons, specifically a 1 teaspoon, a 1/2 teaspoon, and a 1/4 teaspoon. So Mr. Ridge, we're going to start out by measuring out our flour. You're going to take this spoon right here in the bowl, and he's just going to kind of stir the flour around in my container here. So just stir that up for me. Very nice. Then he's going to take nice big scoops, and he's going to put it right into our measuring cup. So scoop and shake that right in. Nice job. Keep going. Nice big scoop. Nice big scoop. And shake it right in. There you go. Good job. Couple more? You want me to keep it out of your way so you got more room? Okay, let me in there. There we go. Shake that one in too. I'm gonna finish off. We're just gonna make sure we get every little bit. And if you make a mess, don't worry about it. This flour can just go right back in there. So, once we have this little mountain of flour over the top, Ridge, do you remember what we do next? We take our dough scraper and we level it off. Very good. Let's do one more time. If you don't have a dough scraper at home, you can use the back of a butter knife for this. Anything that's just a straight edge. Nice job, Ridge. So we're going to add our 1 cup right into our bowl. We're also going to do 1 more cup. So the original recipe for our self-rising flour actually only takes 1 cup of flour, but our recipe calls for 1.5 cups. So I'm going to measure out 1 more. Ridge, would you hold for me this time? Perfect. We're going to switch jobs. I am going to just sort of shake this flour right in. Nice job. Ridge is an awesome helper, and I really encourage you guys at home, if you're baking with your little kids, I know with older kids it's easier, they can do more, but surprisingly your littles can do a lot. They can hold things, they can measure things, and they love to mix and stir. All right, Ridge, go ahead and add that 1 cup right to our bowl here. Nice job. Woo! All right, so we're gonna take our flour, we're done with that. We're gonna move it out of the way so we've got some more room. And we're now going to add our baking powder and our salt. So we've got some baking powder right here. Ridge, do you remember how to do this? So we're gonna take our 1 teaspoon and our 1/2 teaspoon. Ridge is gonna fill that 1 teaspoon all the way up. So he's got a mountain of baking soda over the top. And then we're just gonna level it right off. Go ahead and add that in. I'm gonna do the same with the 1/2 teaspoon. And because we're doubling this recipe, we're gonna do each one twice. Very nice. Go ahead and add that in. Oh, sorry. 1 more for me. All right, nice job, Ridge. And now we have our salt to add. So same thing, we're taking our 1/4 teaspoon. Here you go, Ridge. I want you to fill that up in the salt right there. Nice big scoop. Beautiful. We're gonna level that off. And again, we're doing this 2 times. 1 2. Very good. All right. Now, you are going to take this, Ridge, and we're just going to stir this up and mix all of those ingredients in there to make our self-rising flour. That's okay, Ridge. Don't worry about it. It's okay to get a little messy. Flour is one of the easiest things to clean up. All we do is just take our dough scraper or whatever we're using, and we can just get it all off to the side. All right, keep going. Stir, stir, stir. All right, that's good right there. We're now going to start our basic recipe. We're actually more than halfway done with everything we're going to show you today. So that's really how simple this is. First thing we're going to do is we are going to measure out 1.5 cups of our self-rising flour mixture. So we're going to do that the exact same way that we did before. We're just going to take our spoon and we are going to sort of fluff, sprinkle, and sweep. So Ridge, I'm going to have you just sprinkle this flour in. I'm going to do the first cup. You're going to do the second. We're just going to kind of shake it in, pour it in, and then grab that dough scraper for me because you know what comes after we shake it in. What do? We level it off. Very nice. One more time. Let's get it nice and even. That 1 cup goes right into our bowl. All right, we're going to do the second one. You're going to do it now. Take a nice big scoop and just shake it right in. There you go. Good job. Keep scooping. And remember, we want to fill this all the way up to the top. So we don't want to have any of our cup that's not filled. Very nice. Get in there and get some of that good flour. Let's do one more and get it right over there. Nice big one. All right. Perfect. We've got that mountain of flour over the top and we are ready to level off. So go ahead and grab that dough scraper, Ridge. One more time. Very good. All right, so we've got our 1.5 cups. We are now ready to add our cream. And our cream is going in basically just how it is. We're gonna measure out 3/4 cup, and then we're gonna add it to our self-rising flour mixture. So Ridge, would you like to pour or would you like to go down and measure? What do you think? How about you measure and I'll pour? Ready? You look down, way down here. I want you to look right at that 3/4. And we're just gonna pour really slowly. You tell me when. Nice job.
No, I thought it was right here.
I think you got right where it needs to be. Now you get to pour this right into our bowl. Ready? Go for it. You want to keep your cream handy because we may need an additional tablespoon or 2. When we're doing our volume measure, which is how we're measuring today, you may or may not be off slightly. Sometimes your cups can be a little bit heavy or maybe your liquid measure was a little bit light. So you may need to add an additional tablespoon of cream, which is why we have that handy here, and we're keeping our cream out of the fridge. So we're gonna start just mixing this together, and Ridge, you are more than capable of doing that. So you take over for me. We're just gonna kind of stir, mix. A spatula is great for this. You can also use a spoon. You can use a dough scraper if you wanna make even less dishes. Nice job. The goal here is that we are trying to get our flour mixture to be really well combined, but it's going to be sort of shaggy looking. It's not going to be like pancake batter. It's going to be very, very, very thick and dry, and that's okay. That's exactly what we're looking for. All right, Ridge, I think we're ready here, and I don't even think we really need to add any more liquid. I think you did a really, really good job. So now comes the part where we dump this right out on our countertops. If you have any flour or anything that's out on your countertops, you're gonna go ahead and just move it off to the side. All right, you ready, Ridge? You gotta get your hands dirty? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna take this out, and Ridge knows exactly what to do. It's kind of like Play-Doh. He's just gonna start pushing it together. Just push it down and get all of these pieces in here. All of it goes together. Nice job. So we're gonna start to mush it all together. If it sticks to your hands a little bit, that's okay. Good job, Ridge. Let's get this piece over here. And we're trying to make sort of a rough rectangle. It's gonna be really rough at the beginning, but we're gonna keep moving and keep getting it to shape in the way we would like it to. Nice job. So we're now gonna take our dough scraper, and this is, I think, maybe Ridge's favorite part. We're gonna just sort of smack the sides down to create a nice square. Good job. Let me turn it for you. So we're just gonna start turning our dough. Hit those sides.
I know how to do it.
Oh, okay. Ridge informed me he knows how to do it and does not need my help, which is awesome. All right, straighten that edge out. Good job. So you can tell at this point our biscuits are still really flaky. That's okay. We're gonna be very, very careful with them at this point. We're not gonna do a whole lot of moving except just to move them right to our pan. Now I have a pan that's prepared with some parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper at home, that's okay. You can just lightly grease your pan. We're gonna cut these into 6 even pieces and then gently place them onto our little baking pan there. So when we're cutting into 6 pieces, I like to mark first before I cut. So we're gonna do thirds, and then we're gonna make a mark in the middle for half. And Ridge is gonna take care of cutting these because he is such a pro. Doesn't even need a little bit of my help. Good job. So he's gonna cut through. Very nice. Now you're gonna turn it and go the other way. He's just lining up those 2 lines that we made earlier. You got it. There we go. And then this one. There. Lining them up does get kind of hard. All right. So we've got our 6 biscuits here and we're almost done. We're gonna be very, very, very careful. Hold on, Ridge, I'm gonna do this part because what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our dough scraper and really lightly pick them up and place them on our pan here. Good job. A little bit of a reach for you, huh, man? All right. You can tell these biscuits are gonna be so flaky. They almost fall apart before you bake them. And that's okay, because once they're baked, they're gonna be nice and light. Very nice. So we are almost done. There's actually one more step to make biscuits really, really pop at the end. Not only in looks, but also in the oven with some extra rise. And that is to top them. Now, there's 2 different ways that you can top your biscuits. The recipe calls for either water or cream, and I wanted to show you at home the difference between topping with water and topping with cream and why you should choose one or the other. So for a lighter biscuit that's more of a traditional topping, this is just topped with water. It does help to brown the crust a little bit and helps to give just a little bit of puff or lift. However, topping with cream gives you this really beautiful biscuit. It goldens up the top, it makes it just a little bit more crunchy and a little bit more decadent in my opinion. I personally really like to top with cream, which is why I have kept mine out. We're just gonna put a little bit into a container, and this is probably Ridge's favorite part because he likes using a pastry brush. And what he's gonna do is just take the pastry brush and dip it in, and it's just like painting. He's gonna go right over top of the biscuits, and you can do a lot, bud. You don't have to let it drip off at all, just kind of go all in there. If you don't have a pastry brush, that is totally fine as well. You can always take a tablespoon and just put a little bit of cream in there and pour some on top, and you can just spread it around with your fingers. It's not gonna make any difference whether you use a pastry brush or not. Nice job. You're gonna wanna bake these in the oven at 450 degrees for about 10 minutes. However, in my oven at home, I like to bake them for a little bit more, like 15. You may wanna check them at 10 just to be safe. My oven doesn't run very hot, but just to be safe, check them at 10 and see where you're at. Bake them a little bit longer though if you want that really nice golden brown top. One more, Mr. Ridge. Thank you guys so much for baking with us today. I'm so happy that we could share some of this information from our home to yours. Hopefully you are able to get flour here in your stores soon. I know the people in Vermont are working really, really hard to get flour out to everybody. Again, thank you. Ridge and I will see you again soon. Bye.